So hello everyone and welcome back once again to the today's session of design of gantry girder. So in the last session we had a discussion over the calculation of plastic section modulus about major axis, that is ZZ axis, and about minor axis, that is vertical axis, YY axis. Okay, that is again with respect to equal area axis, by considering the equal area axis. Okay, then after the calculation of section modulus, we will move on to check for classification of section. Okay, so there are different types of sections. Okay, I am talking about based on the design criteria. Okay, not like the I section, channel section, or C section, not like that. With respect to the design criteria, so there are basically 4 types of sections are there, which classifies. Okay, like plastic section, compact section, semi-compact section, and slender section. According to IS 800-2007, the sections are classified as plastic section, compact section, semi-compact, and slender section. Now we have to find out our section, our selected section, or our built up section is classified into whether it is plastic, compact, semi-compact, or slender. Okay, it is fit into, our section is fit into out of 4 section. Which section it will fit in out of 4 section? Okay, according to IS 800-2007. That again we have to calculate according to the criteria of IS 800. Okay, so here we'll start with check for classification of section. Check for classification of section. Okay, check for classification of section. As I told you, there are 4 classification of sections. There are 4 classification of sections. One is plastic, second is compact, third will be semi-compact, and fourth will be slender. Okay, so these are the 4 classification of sections. Now we have to find out, we have to check for what our section fit into, whether it is plastic, compact, semi-compact, or slender. That we have to find out. So for that you have to refer table number 2. So you have to refer table 2, page number 18, that is IS 800-2007. So this is very important. For that you have to refer table 2, page number 18 from IS 800-2007. Okay, so I will show you that. Okay, so when you open table 2 of IS 800-2007, page number 18, okay, so you will get like this: compression element, ratio, class of section, plastic, compact, semi-compact. Understood? So then we will get here the outstanding element of compression flange, internal element of compression flange. Then again it is divided into rolled section, welded section. This is very important. Whether our section is pre-manufactured pre-manufactured, then it will come under rolled section. If it is a built-up section made up by plates or welding, then it is called as welded section. It is then the welded section will be what? After fabrication. This is pre-fabricated, available in the market. So this is welded section, means manufactured based on the design. Okay, so we have to refer for rolled section. So we have to refer this chart now. This row, we have to refer this row. Okay, so for that we should have first, what is the first ratio? B by TF. What is the first ratio we have to calculate? B by TF. B by TF. Okay, so now in the next page again, if you check, okay, in the next page if you check here, yes, rolled beam and column means when I section is given, what is B here now? What you can see here, B is nothing but half of width of flange, correct? It is B means not you have to use the width of flange. No, it is wrong. So you have to use the width of flange, half of width of flange, half of width of flange. Okay, so we'll calculate that first. Okay, so here it is B by TF, it is given. So what is B here? B is nothing but B by 2 by TF, that is width of flange. I can write BF by 2. Okay, then it is 210, the width of flange is 210, so 210 by 2 divided by 20.8 divided by 20.8, so we get it is 5.04, correct? Then we have to find out D by TW, another ratio, that is D by TW. So here D is 600 minus 2 times 20.8. I'll show you that. 600 minus 2 times 20.8 divided by thickness of web. Thickness of web is 12. So we get this value as 46.53. It's a ratio again. Okay. So the first is B by TF. Then again we have to check for D by TW. D by TW. Okay, it is D by TW. So D by TW again. So again, if you go to next page, it is mentioned what is D. What is D here? Okay, for I section. What is D here? So D is nothing but what? It is the total depth minus 2 times the thickness of flange. Total depth minus 2 times the thickness of flange, what we have considered. Okay, and with respect to that, we got the ratios here. Okay, we got the ratios here. It is for first we got 5.04 and second we got 46.53. Okay, understood? Then these two are less than 9.4 epsilon and this is 84 epsilon. Okay, so what is the value of epsilon here? The value of epsilon is 250 divided by Fy, square root of 250 divided by Fy. So 250 divided by again 250, square root will get 1. Okay, square root 1. Okay, so look at here students, this is very important. So if you want to check whether the section is plastic, compact or semi-compact, we have to check this value: 9.4 epsilon, 10.5 epsilon or 15.7 epsilon. So our values, that is the first ratio B by TF is less than 9.4 epsilon and even the D by TW is less than 84 epsilon. So our section comes under class 1, that is plastic section. Our section fit into plastic section because both the ratio are less than 9.4 epsilon and 84 point epsilon. Suppose if the ratios more than 9.4 and 84, both the ratios, but less than 10.5 and less than 105, then that section come under compact. Or if the ratio, again, if it is less than 10.5 or if it is less than 15.7, first ratio. Second ratio, that is d by tw, if it is more than 105 and if it is less than 126, then it comes under semi-compact. So this is regarding the check for classification of section. So our section got under, it is plastic section. It is in plastic section. So you have to write, therefore the section is plastic. Therefore the section is plastic. Okay. The next we have to check for moment capacity. Check for moment capacity. You have to check for moment capacity. So first it is for local movement capacity. It is for local movement capacity. It is again, you have to refer page number 53, clause number 8.2.1.2. Okay, you have to refer this page number 53, clause number 8.2.1.2, which is given by mdz is equal to beta b into zpz into fy divided by gamma m naught less than or equal to 1.2 ze into fy upon gamma m naught. So we will substitute these values now here. Okay. So which is equal to beta b is 1 into zpz already we have calculated, so that is 4.328 into 10 to 6 into fy is 250 divided by gamma m naught is 1.1 less than or equal to 1.2. ze also we have calculated, so that is 3.31 into 10 to 6 into fy is 250 divided by 1.1. 250 divided by 1.1. I'll show you that where you get. Okay, here. So this md is beta b zp fy upon gamma m naught. So here it is given beta b, the value of 1 for plastic and compact section. Correct? So you have to use the beta b, value of beta b 1 for plastic and compact section. So that's why you have to check whether the section comes under plastic, compact, semi-compact or slender. Okay. And when beta b for semi-compact, you have to use the ratio of ZE by ZP. The ratio of ZE by ZP. Okay. So by adding all the values, we get these two, that is 983.63 into 10 to 6 Newton mm less than or equal to 902.72 into 10 to 6 Newton mm. So this is with respect to plastic and this is with respect to elastic, or nothing but 983.63 kilonewton meter less than or equal to 902.72 kilonewton meter. Okay. So hence the moment capacity of the section, moment capacity of the section is mdz is equal to 902.72 kilonewton meter, which is more than mu, that is nothing but how much, 712.39 kilonewton meter. Okay, so what does that mean? The moment capacity of our section, you have to consider least of these two. So both the value we have calculated. So one, the 983.63, it is with respect to plastic section modulus, and 902.72, it is with respect to elastic section modulus. By considering both the section modulus, we have calculated the value. Therefore the moment capacity should be less than, that is the least of these two, we have to consider whichever is the least of these two. So we got it is 902.72. that is nothing but this much movement can be offered by the section, and that is more than actual movement acting on the section. So hence safe in movement carrying capacity. Okay, then you have to check for movement capacity of compression flange. Movement capacity of compression flange about y axis, so that is mdy is equal to beta b, zpy we have to consider now here, zpy into fy divided by gamma m naught. Same formula we have to use here. Less than or equal to 1.2 into zey. Okay, because we are considering compression flange about y axis, so zey into fy divided by gamma m naught. Okay. So what is zey here? So zey we have not calculated, so zey is again I by y, zey is I by y, so that is 20.8 into 210 cube by 12, bd cube by 12, 20 into 210 cube. That is for top flange, thickness of flange and depth of flange, plus 6262.6 into 10 to 4, 6262, that is the area of the moment of inertia of channel section. We will get it from steel table, divided by y. So y is, it is 300 by 2. Why it is 300? So because the depth of channel, it is depth of channel, y is the depth of channel divided by 2. Okay, that is 300 divided by 2. So we get zey is 531.189 into 10 raised to 3 mm cube, zey. Okay, 531.189 into 10 raised to 3 mm cube. Understood? Then so therefore mdy is equal to it is 1 into 721.27 into 10 raised to 3 into 250 divided by 1.1, less than or equal to 1.2 into 531.189 into 10 raised to 3 into 250 divided by 1.1. So we get this value. Again you have to check for both the values. So we get this as 163.925 into 10 raised to 6 Newton mm, less than or equal to 144.869 into 10 raised to 6 Newton mm. Okay, so this will be 163.925 kilonewton meter less than or equal to 144.869 kilonewton meter. Okay, so therefore the value of mdy will be, it is again list of these two, so this will be 144.869 kilonewton meter, which is again more than our MUY, that is about the lateral moment what we have calculated already, so that is again less, okay, less than this, okay, which is more than MUY, therefore okay or safe, okay or safe, okay. Then after we have to check for the combined, check for local moment capacity, okay. Then you have to check for combined moment. Next is check for local moment capacity. Check for combined check, sorry, what it is, combined check for local moment capacity, which is given by mz divided by mdz plus my divided by mdy, mz divided by mdz plus my divided by mdy less than or equal to 1, less than or equal to 1, where mz is nothing but the moment, so we have already calculated, that is 712.39 kilonewton meter, correct. Then mdz, this is also we have calculated, so this is 902.72 kilonewton meter. After that my, so that is the bending moment due to lateral load about minor axis, so that is 19.45 kilonewton meter. And also mdy we have calculated, so we have got this 144.869 kilonewton meter. So this is regarding the required values, okay. So we will substitute back here. So mz is 712.39 divided by mdz is 902.72 plus my is 19.45 divided by mdy is 144.869, should be less than or equal to 1, and we get this value as a 0.89, which is less than 1, so therefore the section is adequate or safe, the section is adequate or safe for combined local moment capacity, okay. Then after that you have to check for shear, you have to also check for shear, okay, you have to check for shear. So next is check for shear. So the shear capacity is calculated by Vd is equal to AW Fy divided by root 3 into gamma m naught. AW into Fy divided by root 3 into gamma m naught, okay, where AW is nothing but area of web of I section, okay. Why you have to consider area of web only here, because when you consider I section, this is I section, and when you find out its force distribution, that is bending and shear. So bending, if you draw the bending stress diagram, it will be like this, and if you draw the shear stress diagram, it will be like this. Correct? So this is for bending stress, this is for shear. And if you check, so the whatever the maximum bending will be taken care of by flanges here by the stress distribution diagram. What you can observe, the bending whatever it will be taken care by flange, and the shear part will be taken care by the maximum shear whatever here, it will be taken care by web. So that's why we have to consider the area of web. You have to consider area of web, that is AW. Okay, understood? So therefore VD will be AW, area of web, 600 into 12 into Fy is 250 divided by root 3 into gamma m naught is 1.1. So we get VD is equal to 944.75 into 10 raised to 3 Newton, or VD is equal to 944.75 kilonewton, which is more than 515.8 kilonewton, which is the shear capacity is more than shear acting on the section. So it is again, so therefore safe in shear, Okay, so after shear check, you have to go for check for deflection. So the deflection will be maximum in the gantry girder. We have the gantry girder for a span of 7 meter. So when will be the deflection maximum? The deflection maximum will be in the center, and when the two will be exactly in the center. So the two wheels will be exactly in the center of gantry girder. So this will be 3 meter. Okay, two wheel loads will be when exactly in the center. So that time we will get the maximum deflection. Okay, so the maximum deflection delta can be calculated by WL cube upon 6EI into bracket of 3A divided by 4L minus A cube by L cube. Correct? So this is the standard formula for 2-point loads. So here the W is working load. Okay, so that will be, it is, the working load is 172.21 kilonewton. Already we have calculated without factor of safety. Okay, so we will substitute here, and the distance A is nothing but this distance. So A will be 2 meter here. Correct? A will be 2 meter. Correct? Because 3.5 minus 1.5 we will get 2 meter. So the delta max will be W is 172.21 will be 172.21 into 10 is to 3 into L cube divided by 6 E is 2 into 10 is to 5, and 1.209 is the moment of inertia. Okay, 10 is to 9 it is, correct, into 3A is 2000 divided by 4L minus a cube 2000 cube divided by L cube is 7000 cube, and this will be, will get 7.61 mm, and which is less than the allowable limit for deflection L by 750, that is 9.33. So therefore okay, so again it is safe in deflection. Okay, so this is regarding the design of gantry girder, and this is the end of design of gantry girder. Okay, thank you very much.